All right. Good morning, Keller Williams, Greater Metropolitan, and welcome to our Tuesday morning sales meeting. We have a very exciting one for you today. We have some exciting updates. We're going to talk about what's coming in August. We're going to break down two more, or the final two, of our Millionaire Real Estate Agent models. And then we are going to get really excited about winning the back half or the back trimester, I guess, as it were. If anybody went to a school that had trimesters, I apologize to you for that experience and bringing back bad memories about trimesters. But the last 4 months of the year are technically a trimester, so we're going to treat it like one and go win it. We're going to start this week, you guessed it, like we start every week, which is with a quick review of our belief system as a company, our Y4C2Ts. And each week I like to grab one of these, talk a little bit about how we can put it forth in our business, our lives, and in our week, and to make sure that we are not only understanding, but living this belief system on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to talk about teamwork today, as we are covering the organizational model, part of the MREA models today, but also because we have some exciting leadership team updates that you heard about on Friday. So I want to cover those again and make sure we're all aware of what's going on and what it means for our organization. But teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Fantastic acronym for the word team. Together everyone achieves more. When we look at the opportunities that we have before us in a shifting market, you're going to hear me mention this when we get to the organizational model, but there are two frameworks that we can operate on. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. Building a strong real estate business means having a strong team and community of people around you. And we are as dedicated, if not more dedicated than ever at Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan, to providing you the resources and support and the team that you need to go far. When we talk about building a real estate business, it is not about having a good month or a good quarter or a good year. We are building an organization inside of and alongside of other real estate organizations that can produce consistent results and deliver income and profit for our life by design. So today we're going to hear and talk a lot about things related to your team, your leadership team at Keller Williams, and the team of people around you that you can put around you in partnership to achieve your goals. Speaking of goals, it should be a goal for everybody in our company to get to Austin, Texas on August 15th or 16th. At some point, get to Mega Camp, get to Family Reunion, get to one of these big, as I like to call them, mothership events. This is going to be a gathering of over 10,000 real estate agents from around the country, around the world, in fact, masterminding, sharing best practices, and planning for the future, planning to win the shift, and being a great example of the teamwork that we want to exemplify as an organization. We have currently 10 individuals from our market center headed there. So, if you're not going alone, keeping with the teamwork theme, you're not going alone if you go to Austin for this. If you're interested in learning more, if you want to talk to somebody that's been there, if you want to talk to people that are gone, because maybe you're like, hey, if it's just Mike Rapasky and Eddie Donnelly, that sounds like a pretty big snooze fest. I don't want to go, but what if there's like super fun and cool people going that I could hang out with? Yeah, you would want to know that. So we will, I'd be happy to tell you about that and get you connected with some of the people that are headed so you can plan for a great 2-day run in Austin. Eddie Donnelly, my friend, team leader. At least that's what your shirt says. Do you want to talk a little bit about career night? I know you had one last night. You got a few coming up here in August. Who should I be inviting to or talking to about opportunities with a career in real estate?
Essentially anyone you know. If there's somebody that's considered a career in real estate, even if they've got a sales job somewhere else, or if you think might be a good fit for our culture, other agents, anyone who's thinking about making a move or making a change in their life.
Fantastic. So there are few and far between, if any, people that might not end up on an invite list to one of these. And does it mean that anybody I invite has to be ready to join, ready to sign up, and should be already licensed? Or is it like, hey, maybe it's a friend who 6 months from now will be pulling the trigger on this opportunity?
It's just an introduction into what real estate can look like. So it's anyone that maybe they'll retire in a few years and have just started thinking about it. It could be as far out as years. It's just a matter of getting them in, letting them see what real estate has to offer, and if it's the right path for them.
Awesome. So let's support Eddie and our company. And if you want to show up as an agent, please show up. It's a great opportunity to rekindle some of your own understanding about opportunities that exist in this industry and inside of this company. Speaking of opportunities, go ahead, Eddie.
No, I say we had an agent show up last night, and it was great. It's always a great experience for people who are interested to have an agent's experience in the room other than the person in the front of the room speaking. So yes, absolutely. Show up, come in, and share what it's like for you.
Outstanding. Thank you. And that's a great segue. Why are we having Eddie talk about career nights, and why is Eddie the guy running career nights now? It's because Eddie is now the team leader for Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan. So let's put some clap emojis in the chat box and give it up for Eddie. Eddie has spent the last almost 4 months serving as director of growth for our company and supporting our initiatives around recruitment and development of agents for our company, and has found a great deal of success in that. Eddie is a seasoned and experienced listing agent, which is a skill set that transfers fantastically into that growth bucket. Eddie's also a rainmaker and a MAPS bold coach. So Eddie's ability to help people better understand and exploit opportunities in their business is some of the highest talent level in the country, quite honestly. Being a bold coach and being a MAPS coach, as many of you may know, is not something that happens easily or is taken lightly. And so we now have the benefit of Eddie serving as a team leader to help all of us grow our businesses with strong models and systems and support, both from Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan and Keller Williams Realty International. The only bad news I have for Eddie is apparently the team leader role ages you like milk in the sun. As I look back at this photo from, it's time to update the headshot, I think. But with Eddie's ascension to the team leader role, I will be stepping into the operating principal role. And that is a role that gives me the opportunity to work very closely with our investor partners at Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan. If you didn't know, we are an agent-owned company. We have 14 investor partners that are all active agents in our market center. I'll also partner closely with our other local market centers, Keller Williams Realty International, and our regional partners to deliver on the mission, vision, values of our organization here locally. So very excited to serve in that role. I will still be operating as a part of the leadership team as our CEO, which will allow me to continue to invest in relationships with agents alongside Eddie and the rest of our staff, and also support our staff and leadership team in achieving their goals and helping you achieve theirs. So very exciting times in a market where things are shifting. Our competitors are making decisions around headcount reduction or trying to draw hard lines in the sand and build moats around their people and their market share. We're in growth mode. We believe in who we are as a company. We believe in who our agents are, and we believe in helping them grow their businesses and to the greatest extent possible. And we know that for us as an organization to help agents be successful, we need to raise the lid constantly. And I believe firmly that Eddie is a perfect example of us raising the leadership lid and elevating the team leader role. So congratulations, Eddie. And if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, or smart remarks or physical threats, you can now direct those to Eddie. And Eddie's bigger than me, so this physical threat number is going to drop pretty precipitously. So now
congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
That's an awesome accomplishment. So way to go.
Thank you. So yeah, that's our update. Congratulations to all. And as our fearless and visionary leader, Gary Keller, says, onward. Let's talk about some upcoming training. Your August calendar is here, and it is jam-packed with just what you need to succeed in the third trimester of the year. We're kicking this thing off with Ignite. We've got some great additional training coming from our partners at Cross Country Mortgage. You see Mega Camp there, smack dab in the middle. There is a expertly and appropriately timed session on Thursday, the 17th, immediately when we all come back from Mega Camp, about writing off business trips and how to do it in a legal and ethical way. So if you're like, I can't afford it, well, you can either spend the money on a business trip and go to Mega Camp and learn and figure out how to grow your business, or you can give it to Uncle Sam and hope that he does something to help you do the same. You'll see that our theme for our sales meetings on Tuesday mornings throughout August is all about lead generation. All about lead generation. He or she who controls the lead controls the industry. This is true constantly. It is more true in shifts, and it's more true in shifts in the back half of the year when the seasonality starts to take hold. The more leads we have, the more appointments we can have. The more appointments we have, the more signed contracts we have. The more signed contracts we have, the more closed contracts we have. That was the economic model that we learned last week. We're going to hear about the lead generation model a little bit today, but it is hyper important to know that we want to deliver to you the education, training, and resources that you need to fill your funnel for the fall. Strong alliteration right there. So be on the lookout for that. Before we get into August, we have an awesome session coming up on Thursday at 11 a.m. Pat Barman and Jen Rubel will be kicking off the first part of a two-part series on dominating off-market listings. So Keller Williams, Mega Agent Productivity Systems Coaching, KW Maps Coaching, has a fast-track program where there is a 12-week course on identifying and systematically securing off-market listings. Now, we learned last week that leads, listings, and leverage is the foundational model of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. And we know that if you list in this business, you last. So we invested in a small subset of our population to participate in this MAPS training course, distill down 12 weeks of education and action items, and then deliver to the rest of our agents so that we, Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan, might collectively go dominate the off-market listing category in Northeast Ohio. So Pat and Jen, both experienced, successful mega agents. Very excited to hear from them Thursday morning at 11 a.m. This is via Zoom. It's going to be a global call. We are thrilled to be doing this and hope to see you there. This Friday, we are going to have some fun at our summer luau. I want to be really clear. It is not a summer cookout. It is a summer luau. There is a Hawaiian theme. And I'm just, a little teaser here. I have a Hawaiian shirt. I may be wearing it. It may or may not be the color white. I don't know. You'll have to attend to find out. We have, this is always a really fun event. We'll have some yard games. We'll have some music going. It's a potluck. When you sign up, let us know what you're bringing. You don't have to bring anything. If you are not skilled in the kitchen or you don't have the time, like me, right? I'm neither skilled in the kitchen nor have the time. You don't have to bring anything. Just be there, bring your friends, your family. There will be kiddos there. So, bring the whole family for fun. It's a great time. It's going to start at 5 p.m. We'll start to power down at 7. But it always, nothing wrong with lingering a little bit longer, but be there or be square. Now, as we start August, you didn't hear me talk much about this. Ignite is the first 2 weeks of August. And as I mentioned in the Facebook group, we have a real murderer's row of talent here. Over $100 million of production, given their time, energy, and resources to helping our agents on the biggest priorities for the fall. I'm seeing lead generation. I'm seeing lead follow-up. I'm seeing listings. I'm seeing getting the offer negotiated. I'm seeing getting it to close. And I'm seeing putting all of that in the context and framework of your career and your business, powering it with a big why. What did we miss? I'll tell you what we missed. Nothing. No matter where you're at in your real estate business, be here. There's a ton of talent at the front of the room, or the front of the Zoom, as it were. And it's a great opportunity to get off the blocks at the start of the last leg of this year and make the most of the opportunities that this market will give our best agents. There has never been a better time to be a good real estate agent. There's never been a worse time to be a mediocre one. This is the sort of thing where if you invest, you participate, and you do the activities, you will hit an inflection point in the fall where the rest of the world starts to decline. August 24th, by request of our agents, they want some more QT. That's quality time with Andrew Ginter, our broker. And so as he's hosting a mastermind where he's going to talk specifically about handling disclosures of inspections after deals fall apart. It's always a little gummy. It always feels like, I don't know if I should do this. Is it the best thing? What do I have to do? So he's going to break that down. He's also going to take live fire Q&A from you folks, just to help with, oh, I'm hearing this, I'm seeing this, I'm feeling this. Well, the other agent told me I can't do that. Whatever questions you have, it's a great opportunity to engage with one of the strongest and soundest real estate minds Northeast Ohio has to offer, and our very own broker, Andrew Ginter. All right. Yeah.
Just about the broker mastermind, will you go back real quick? There is a specific topic for the meeting, so don't come with any and all questions. It's specific to the topic for that session.
Oops. Yeah. So let's keep it around inspections and disclosures. And what we have to do as deals come back on the market. This is hyper important because I don't know if you felt it, but the data shows it. More deals are coming back on the market every time we get into a little uptick or downtick or sideways shuffle on interest rates, thanks to Sean Hadley and Don Jarecki. Deals all of a sudden get a little bit less tight. And so this is going to be an important thing, especially as some folks miss their target windows at the end of summer and deals get extended and then they get killed. This will be really important to reloading for any deals that don't make it to the finish line. All right. Our partner updates. You saw Liz at the summer masterminds. You heard from her last week. She is contributing as a part of Ignite. Liz Kosminski is our resident transaction coordinator, bookkeeper, contract writer, available to all agents as a part of the Leverage Center, the thing that makes your life easy and is the first place to scale your business. So Liz, how about a little update on what you're seeing out there and what's going on with the transaction coordination and Leverage Center world?
I think what I'm seeing is we're just kind of carrying on this summer. It does feel like business is down a little bit. So for everyone who feels like they're doing less, it seems like you're in good company. However, as we all know, we want to gain market share. So I think as long as we can all work hard, we can keep our numbers up and gain market share, even if things slow down. I think I have seen a few more appraisals come in low lately than they were several months ago. But again, as a great agent, all you need to do is negotiate through that.
Awesome. 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 And just confirming, I know a couple people have asked, like, hey, is Liz taking on new clients? Does she have capacity to manage transactions? You currently open for business, open capacity, looking to help people scale from a leverage standpoint. True?
Yep. Oh yeah. I still have plenty of room to work with new clients and help more agents do more deals.
All right. Outstanding. Thank you so much, Liz. And we'll look forward to seeing you dominate your session of Ignite.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Over to our ORT crew. What say you? I thought I saw Janelle.
Hey guys,
Hey there, Janelle.
you make me laugh. I'm like laughing. You're so goofy today. So, and Eddie and Mike, congratulations on your new roles for sure. Yeah. So, okay. So title is not a sexy beast. We issue title policies. However, did you know that we do have so many more resources? We have title capture, seller net sheets. We have breakthrough broker, very similar to Command, but just a little bit more or a little different, excuse me. 3,000 marketable pieces branded to you. We have our email, our earnest money deposit tool. So I think, what Rick and I really want to make sure that that we have a whole portfolio of resources for you to help build your brand, especially in a slower time or a tricky market like now. Now's the time to really pump out your prospects and develop that pipeline. So we have additional resources free to you that can help you with that. Farming addresses, etc. So just want to make sure that you knew that there's always options and we're able to help you with that.
That's
I
terrific.
concur with Janelle.
On which component? That I'm being
Everything except the part about title not being sexy.
Okay, we're just going to move on from that one before I say anything that shouldn't be recorded. Over to our friends who know a thing or two about, nope, not going to say it. Friends at Cross Country Mortgage. How you doing this morning, guys?
Nice. As OP, you're making all the right moves now. So a couple of things. So in case you're not aware, our branch is able to finance outside the state of Ohio. Just in the last 90 days, we had 2 closings in the Carolinas. We're starting an application in Tennessee, Nevada, and just closed a loan in Florida as well. So whether it's friends and family or personal or anything outside the state of Ohio, or obviously outgoing customers, you'd be surprised how many customers relocate out of the area that stick with us on that move. So just want to give you a heads up on that. Secondly, we have the party for those who were able to RSVP and get in for the big party tomorrow. Can't wait to see you there. I know we're having a little bit of a pregame, so to speak, on the pier prior to, so details to follow on that if you haven't already been notified, or feel free to reach out. And if you can't make it, please let them know, because there is a pretty long wait list, and if you cancel out on your ticket, it'll open up the spot for someone else. And then inflation meeting, the Fed meeting starts today, where inflation
One and the same, Sean.
You're right. And the meeting will conclude tomorrow at 2:15. And as is often the case, it's less about what they do and more about what they say. So the Fed is going to be raising the rate tomorrow. It's foregone conclusion, 1/4 point. Interest rates we have today, know this is coming and have that factored in. What we don't know is what the message is going to be in the press conference to follow. So a great analogy here this morning. Inflation is a sickness to the economy and to the dollar. The Fed raising interest rates, that's the antibiotics. So the analogy here today was stopping the antibiotics now. Is that stopping too soon and the sickness is just going to come right back? Or do they need to kind of keep feeding the antibiotics? So that's more or less, we'll hear tomorrow. There could indeed be a shift in interest rates. We could see a bit of a rally if the Fed is going to take their foot off the gas. We could see quite the opposite, and yet another increase to mortgage rates if the language is both along the lines of we want to do this again as far as raising interest rates, and frankly that it's convincing. So the next Fed meeting after this is not until September. So we've got a lot of economic reports between this one and the next one. So that's why this one, all eyes are on this. Chris.
Yeah, well said. Looking forward to tomorrow. I think 5 o'clock Nuevo. Is that right, Sean?
Yep.
Cool. So see everybody there. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, we were referring to it as a meetup for KW GM agents that were going to the event. Sean, I love where you're at, calling it a pre. Nobody parties like the mortgage boys. Am I right? So 5 o'clock at Nuevo, KWGM. If agents, if you have a ticket and you are going to the CCM live event, feel free to get there a little early, hang out, and then we'll all head in and sing along to Bone Thugs. All right, and I just saw Gina Legeza hop on the call. Gina, what is happening in the wild and wonderful world of warranty?
Yes, good morning, everybody. I feel like I'm running from thing to thing to thing this morning, but ready for you guys. So I've been on a lot of calls with everybody from the Market Center, just kind of introducing myself and talking about paperwork and our new warranty that we launched last year. Just want to expand on how important it is to turn both pieces of paperwork in the application and your data collection form. What your data collection form is going to get for you is $50 every time you sell a home warranty, which for my ladies out there, if you sell enough of these, $50 equals a lot of shoes. This could also go towards, any parties that you have for your client appreciation in the future. So just want to make sure that you're turning in both forms and you know what both those forms are. Another way to make sure everything's in line is to get a RoPro account. We have a web portal called RoPro. You can turn in both pieces of paperwork in under 30 seconds. It's easy to use, saves you time. Makes a huge impact on your business. I'm happy for anybody to contact me. We can do a one-on-one together and talk about how we can get you signed up. I can demo it. It is life-changing for your business. So just want to make things easier today and talk about practices that help you with your business as far as home warranty is concerned. And I'm here to help you get signed up for RoPro. And that's what I've got for today.
All right. So as we look at opportunities to add profit per deal into our buckets, which is a strong economic denominator for every agent and their business, really great opportunities through partnership with APHW to do that. $50 a deal doesn't seem like much. Close a couple dozen deals a year, it's another $1,000. That's 1 month of most people's mortgage payments, right? Just by doing a data collection form, whether or not you sell that warranty. All right, gang, let's talk MREA models. Last week, we talked about the economic and the budget models, and I know a lot of people were like, sweet math. Hope there's no more of that. I got bad news for you. The path is in the math. Right? When you understand the mechanics of the way money works inside of real estate and the way you dialing the phone, hey, 100 dials equals a deal, $5,000 commission on a deal, you're basically getting paid $5 every time you dial. It makes work a lot more exciting, right? It shifts it into a constant earning mentality. Economic and budget, check. Now we're going to go 30,000 feet, talk about the lead gen model and the organizational model. I want you to know these are good mid-year check-ins. And in October of this year, we will have our business planning clinic where we will spend a full day. You'll earn 6 hours of continuing education. You'll get lunch. There will be laughs. It'll be a really great time. But you're gonna leave with a airtight, rock solid end-to-end business plan, GPS, goal, priorities, and strategies to guide your business decision making, throughout the following year. And then finally, a 411 that helps you prioritize the year, the month, and every week along the way. So this is not sufficient to helping you build your business plan. This is a refresher, right? This is to knock some rust off the models that you learned last year. And I want you to know, October business planning clinic, planning for your best year yet, 2024. Now, we learned about the foundational model of the MREA last week. It starts with leads, right? What are we focusing on every week? Every sales meeting in August is around leads, because if I have more leads, I can do more business. There will never be a 1 lead to 1 deal ratio. More leads means more business. What type of leads do I want specifically? I want leads for listings. Thursday at 11 a.m., you're going to learn how to dominate off-market listings. Those are leads that you compete less for because they're not on the market, or they're not people raising their hand asking to sell. They're people that in this current market need to sell and might not know it. And then finally, leverage. The organizational model that we're going to hit on here at the end is a breakdown of what and how to leverage and when. So leads, listings, and leverage. That is your path to success in the real estate industry. So here's the lead generation model in a nutshell. You as a real estate professional have 3 different jobs. Number 1, your job is to lead generate. Your second job is what I like to call business development. This is lead follow-up. One of our coaches, probably both of our coaches, say this. I can't remember which one I heard it from first, Eric or Wesley. But they say the fortune is in the follow-up. Having a bunch of leads and then hoping that somebody calls you someday and wants to buy a house or sell a house is not lead generation. It is not lead follow-up. It's basically just playing a really bad math game that somebody's going to remember you're a realtor. And then your third job is real estate, right? Your third job is the actual real estate transaction, being a real estate professional, knowing how to write contracts, knowing how to walk alongside somebody in an inspection. But you only get to do that third job if you do the first 2 jobs really well. And you only get to do the second job if you're doing the first job fantastically, right? So let's talk about lead generation. There are 2 types of, this is an additional model that breaks down your lead generation activities into 2 main buckets. There is prospecting and marketing, right? So the elements of prospecting, this is where you're going to hear and see and feel a lot of energy from us as an organization when it comes to lead generation, because we have a financial fundamental, the very first financial fundamental, which is to lead with revenue. And so prospecting is going to be time intensive. It is going to be proactive. You're dialing the phone, not waiting for the phone to ring. You're going to have to invest time and energy into it, but it is going to produce immediate results. There's somebody on this call. Let me just scroll through here. Okay, I see Jade Zivko. I see Art Obleton. I see John Murchison. I see Jeff Longo. These are all folks that I see in the office. They get in the office, they sit down at their desk, they dial their phone, they call people, and they end up with appointments. Appointments are what we want, because those are what lead to signed contracts, and signed contracts lead to closed contracts. But this is a perfect example of folks who are prospecting based. Get up, show up, do the prospecting. And it takes 2 to 3 hours a day, right? Or an hour a day, or whatever time they're willing to commit. But you can walk in one day, do the work, and leave the office that day with business. That's prospecting. That's the immediacy of the results. And so when we need business, we need to do the things we need to do to get the business. Now, as we build a strong base of prospecting and we're starting to look for opportunities to leverage, marketing is a leveraging opportunity, right? We're going to market our listings. We're going to market on maybe some pay-per-click advertising websites. We're going to push some stuff out there and let the universe bring it back to us, right? Marketing is not a great place to start from a business standpoint until we've got deals in the pipeline or we've got opportunities under contract, because it's money intensive. it's passive, and the results take longer term, right? So I'm going to sit down and prospect FSBOs and expireds. And when I flip one of those, I've got somebody under contract, I might go to the leverage center and buy a listing marketing pack to do a mailer, to email, or excuse me, to post on Facebook, and to do an email blast to my want to do is go spend a bunch of marketing that says, hey, I'm gonna that out in the universe, and we don't know when we're going to get the return on that. I know, just like Jeff Longo and John Murchison and a lot of people on this call with big businesses or medium-sized businesses or businesses of whatever size they desire, if I need a deal today, right? I was having this conversation with Eddie Golden last week. If I need a deal today, I could sit down and dial the phone until I had a deal. There is no piece of marketing, there's no amount of marketing spend that can get you the immediacy of the results. So everything that we're going to talk about from a lead generation standpoint is going to be centered around prospecting first. Now, what are all the types of prospecting I can do? This is a beautiful breakdown of, here are the 21 different opportunities for prospecting that you can engage in as a real estate agent, either face-to-face or over the phone. And as you build a business out of these prospecting strategies, you can start to leverage the revenue or the listing, right? Listings are great for leverage because they're going to allow you to advertise just sold. You're going to have the opportunity to spin the flywheel around your business through marketing, right? We don't lead with marketing. We lead with prospecting. And if you're sitting there wondering, like, how am I going to get a deal? FSBOs, expireds, just listed, just sold, door knocking, open houses, hosting first-time home buyer, first-time home seller seminars, host an investor seminar. Cleveland, Ohio, the most affordable country, or excuse me, the most affordable city in the country. Right? You can buy here for less than you can rent. That means it's a fantastic investing market. Anybody who lives in an apartment is on a lease cycle every 12 months. They're 6 months out. Get them pre-approved with Sean Hadley. Get them into a house, right? That is a great way to prospect. Flyer, door knock, hold booths at events, go out, social functions with friends, family, former colleagues, all of that. And then take the yield from that and lean into the marketing aspect. Now, 21 different things on this prospecting sheet, and then another, let's call it a twice as, equal amount over on the marketing side. So there's 40 different things. The rule of 4 exists. Now, remember, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent was written by Gary Keller, Dave Jenks, and Jay Papazan by interviewing agents who were earning and netting over $1 million a year in the sale of real estate. And what they found was, hey, there's all these different ways to go get business. Every time, over 80% of the business for the best real estate agents in any market was coming through the top 4 sources. So where you invest your time, energy, and resources, we're not going to go do 21 days of lead generation and do one different type of lead generation or lead prospecting every day for 21 days. What I want you to do is look at this list and say, what am I comfortable doing? What could I get excited about, right? What could I possibly be good at? What could I get excited about? And then, because it's real estate, it's going to have an economic engine. Jim Collins would teach us that's a hedgehog concept, right? Maybe it's third-party companies. Maybe it's door knocking. Maybe it is holding seminars, right? You got a teacher's heart and a servant's heart, and it's seminars that are going to do it. Find a way to do 3 seminars a week for the next 4 weeks and make that one of your top 4 for your real estate business. If you don't know, talk to your coach, talk to Eddie, talk to another agent in the office and figure and do some self-exploration as to where you might find the opportunity. And if you still don't know, then try some stuff. And as soon as you even feel like, man, this doesn't feel as much like work as calling FSBOs, or maybe this, I hate the idea of an open house, so I'm just going to dial all day. Once you figure that out, run 100 miles an hour in the direction of the thing that you feel like you can actually do consistently. Because lead generation, the underpinning of success in lead generation is going to come through consistency. And then one big part of what we will discuss at our business planning clinic is the database model, which is where I generate a bunch of leads. Remember where we talked about your second job is lead follow-up? Having a strong database model and database system is that business development lead generation. Because if I know that Sean Hadley, if I've got his name, phone number, email, and home address, boom, he's a lead, right? Name with a need is a lead. And then I put him in my database and I consistently communicate to him about what's happening in real estate, opportunities for him to engage in real estate. Maybe it's an investment opportunity. Maybe it's a first-time home buyer opportunity. Maybe it's some other thing that's out there that it would be good for my clients to know. I can have a one-way conversation with Sean until he's ready to have a two-way conversation. That two-way conversation turns into a buying or selling conversation, which turns into business. If I am only taking people from lead capture to doing business, I might as well go buy scratchers, right? And or play the Powerball with play it really hard, right? Because that's what lead generation without a database model or lead follow-up is. You're basically buying scratch-offs, and you're hoping that's I called you right when you needed to buy a house. Cool. So get used to calling a lot of people every single day and losing all of your friends, because that is a way to only show up asking for business and not come from contribution, like you'll learn to do in our business planning clinic in the fall. Now, Mike, you talk a lot about calling people. I heard this little thing in the news where we just settled a $40 million lawsuit because of violations of real estate agents on the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. The TCPA is the holder of the do not call list. If someone's on the do not call list, should you call them? Sean, should I call somebody on the do not call list?
I'm going to say no.
That's right. That's right. Because the do not part is what you do not call them. So always be sure, check the do not call list. When we send out the list of expireds, you'll see there are numbers on there that are on the do not call list. Do not call those numbers, right? Now, if you have had a two-way conversation with someone, if you can demonstrate that you have met them, you can call them even if they're on the do not call list, but maybe don't if you're not 100% sure. This is going to become a larger and larger issue in our industry. You always want to be operating in a TCPA compliant and friendly way, period, the end. Now, lead generation, I told you there's going to be a little bit more math, right? We talk about the database because we're lead generating not for business. We're lead generating to grow our database because, and the path is in the math, and we know that this math is accurate because it gets updated consistently by our friends at KWRI, who have access to literally hundreds of thousands of databases and can put these calculations together. So for every 250 people in your database, there's about 6% in this modern era, right? It used to be as much as 8 or 9%. We know that the number of people buying and selling is going to drop. So about 6% of people in your database are going to buy or sell in the next 12 months. Period. Now, there are still a lot of realtors. There won't always be a lot of realtors, but there are still a lot of realtors, which means you got competition, right? If I wanted to buy or sell or invest in real estate, I mean, heck, I know 461 other realtors. Maybe I'm the exception. I'm going to drive that average up, but I would argue that there is likely another person in that is in some other realtor's database, right? So you're going to compete. So let's say you hit 50% success rate on the 6% of the people in your database. That's 8 units. So now you can reverse that math and say, hey, if I know the number of deals I want to do, how many leads do I have to generate? Well, I'd have to generate to do 58 units. No idea why I picked that number for this calculation. I divide that by 6. I divide that by 50%, and I get the number of contacts that I need. So now I know that if I want to get to 58 deals, I need 1,900 leads. If I need 1,900 people in my database, if I've only got 1,000 today and I need 900 more by the end of the year, I need roughly 233 names added to my database every month for the last 4 months of the year, which means that I need roughly 58 names added to my database every week, which means I need to meet 10 to 12 new people every day, right? Now I can do that by calling FSBOs, calling expireds, doing seminars, doing advertisements. I could door knock, whatever it is that puts somebody in my database. I know that if I want to do 58 units next year, I need to close out 2023 with this. So now I'm lead generating with a goal, an intentional goal, and I'm lead generating for future business, not now business, because that's what business owners do. If you have any questions about the lead generation model, I would tell you to put them in the chat, but I'm just going to tell you to tentatively mark October 16th as the business planning clinic, where we are going to deep dive a lot of this with some lead generation masters. Current tentative date for the 2023 business planning clinic, planning for 2024, is October 16th. Now let's do a quick run through the organizational model. Leads, listings, and leverage. When we talk about leverage, we're talking about the organizational model. The organizational model in a nutshell is, you heard me talk about it earlier, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. That is why I hope you are with Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan, you are with Keller Williams Realty International, is because you want to go far. And that is our commitment to you, is to help get you where you want to go, maybe even beyond. Now, when we talk about the organizational model, you always hear about the 7th level, and look at this organizational chart. You're going to be a person that hires a CEO, and they're going to have a whole army of people out there. And that's wonderful, right? We have multiple 7th level organizations inside of Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan. I am telling you, if you want this for yourself, you can achieve it inside of the next 5 years, right? We overestimate where we can be in a year. We underestimate where we can be in 5. I'm committed to helping you do it. I also know that for a lot of us, this is terrifying to think about, right? I don't want 1 direct report, let alone 17 on this org chart. So this is what I want to talk to you about today. And this is why that element, when we talked at the top of the call about teamwork, was so important to remember that you, as a real estate agent at Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan, have an amazing team around you, right? You have some of the most tenured and talented real estate professionals on your leadership team. You've got real estate coaches in the office with a collective over 30 years and hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate sales. They are expert coaches, expert investors. You have a world-class real estate coach as your team leader now. Everybody is rowing in the same direction to help you grow your business. And when you think about building a real estate team, I don't want you to think about hiring a bunch of people and doling out tasks and doing that sort of thing. What I want you to think about is, who are the people whose goals align with yours, right? We hear from a few different people every week: our mortgage partners, our title partners, and our home warranty partners. These are folks who are in the same boat as you. They are winning when you win. You are on the same team. You have the same goal, right? I don't think Janelle gets paid if deals don't close. I don't think Sean Hadley gets to pay his mortgage if he doesn't sell somebody else a mortgage. And I know that Gina is counting on all of us to help protect our clients from the worst by building a bubble around them with a home warranty. We're all on the same page, right? We all win when deals close. So these individuals are a part of your team, right? if they were your employees, if they were down below you on this org chart, you'd probably meet with them regularly. You'd ask them for information. You'd ask them how you could help them, because that's what teammates do. And then they would reciprocate. So I want to encourage everybody on this call. When's the last time you spent time really understanding how your mortgage, title, or home warranty partner can help you, how you could integrate, how they could be leverage for you in the growth of your business? Now, when we jump into these org chart things, the first line down is always, you got to hire an administrative assistant. You got to hire an administrative assistant. That's what the model says. I'm going to put forth, I'm going to posit a little bit that that's no longer what I'm going to recommend. The first thing I want you to do is just find somebody who you're comfortable having hold you accountable. When we look at moving from E to P, having a big breakthrough, there are 5 different elements that have to exist. 1, we have to focus. We have to have a goal and be focused on it. 2, we have to have strategic options. We can't just talk about things and expect them to change. We have to intentionally decide to behave differently to achieve a different result. Then we're going to take a model and we're going to overlay it to our activities so that we're aligned with the model of success. Number 4, we're going to implement systems that highlight the things that we're best at and downplay the things that we're worst at. And then finally, we're going to be accountable. If we are unable to be accountable, we will be unable of achieving a breakthrough. And so I don't care if your accountability partner is the person you went through real estate classes with. I certainly don't mind if it's your husband or your wife, or it could even be your children that you promised could go to Disney this year. And now, damn it, you need to sell more houses to go to Disney. But you need to have somebody that you are comfortable being held accountable by, and you need to help them understand what your goals are, how you intend to get there, and ask them to be your accountability partner. Now, once you're comfortable being accountable, right? Once we're comfortable taking ownership over our outcomes, you're probably graduating to the point where you could have a real estate coach, right? Now, we provide coaching for all of our new agents to be that accountability partner, to be that person that's providing training, education, support, and challenging us to do more. For those of you who are more experienced and you've done a couple laps around the sun as a realtor, and you're starting to think about where's the next place you want to leverage in your business, I say leverage up. Leverage a coach to maximize your potential, your systems, your strategic options before we go hiring someone else. Then now, okay, I've got, hey, my systems are down pat. I'm crushing it. I've got a great coach. They're holding me accountable. I'm firing all cylinders. Time to hire somebody. Absolutely. Hire fractionally, right? Here's what I know about a lot of us. If you've never been a boss, you might not know how to be a boss. Or if you've never had a great boss, you might not know how to be anything other than a bad boss. So the whole hiring, managing, leading, motivating, inspiring piece of the puzzle is something that we do training and education around as a local office and as Keller Williams Realty International. But jumping right into paying somebody $40,000 a year to be your administrative assistant before we think and understand how to work fractionally with partners is a recipe for disaster. I would say it's not a recipe for success, but I know in fact it is actually a recipe for disaster. It's like replacing all of the sugar in your brownie recipes with kosher salt. So what I want you to do is, as you're looking for your next place to scale your business, gosh, if I could just get like, I don't know, 5 hours a week back, I could lead generate a little bit more. You just heard from Liz Kosminski, right? She's a component of our leverage center who can be that extra 5 hours a week for you, right? As a transaction coordinator. Then you can get to the admin piece if you so choose. Oh, what about marketing? I want to hire a marketing person. Before you go spend $3,000 on a marketing consultant, tap into the leverage center. Again, it is fractional. It's pay to play. It's not long-term commitment. Figure out if you're going to leverage your marketing to generate more business, or if you're just going to do it, or if you're never going to post it, even though it's already put together for you. And then finally, before we go out there and we're like, hey, I need like 3 buyer's agents. I have so many leads. Showing assistance, your first bet. You want to keep as much of the business tied to you as possible. And there are 9 individuals on there that can all be leveraged in direct or fractional ways to help you grow your real estate business. And when most people think about leverage, when they think about building a real estate team, they think about, I need somebody to be a buyer's agent for me because I hate running buyers. There has never been a successful real estate business grown with buyers agents first, period, the end. You have 9 other individuals on here that could cost you no money or would only be paid out of the end of a transaction. Number one financial fundamental for us as a company is to lead with revenue. This allows you to build a team of 9 individuals who all are committed, if not dependent on your success as a real estate agent before you pay out $1 in a salary. That is the organizational model that will get you from wherever you are to wherever you want to be inside of the next 12 months. That's all I got for today, folks. If you can't tell, I'm incredibly passionate about business planning. I love the business planning clinic. It is, the night before the business planning clinic is like Christmas Eve to me. It is so, so good. I'm so excited about it. I'm glad we were able to connect. If anything that I said today resonated with you, you want to talk a little bit more about it, you want to explore it, you want to hear more about opportunities around leveraging for marketing, leveraging for a showing assistant, leveraging for a transaction coordinator. Hey, how do I get into a deeper relationship with Sean Hadley, with Rick Capretta, with Gina Legeza? Let's talk about that. Let's help you do that, because it will be a massive accelerant in your business. And that's what I'm here for. All right, gang. That's all she wrote. We will see you here next week. Same KWGM time, same KWGM channel. Have an awesome week, everyone.